for HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and ReactJS. And let's get started with the data. So let me share my screen. Let me see whether I'm live or not. Hello. On. Oh, I'm not yet live in YouTube. Eh? Hello. On. Oh, finally I'm live in YouTube. So that is good. So what are we going to do now? So we're going to continue with our JavaScript question because CSS questions took a lot of time. So now we're going to continue with JavaScript questions. Yesterday also we did some JavaScript questions. So let us do some more. Okay. So means a lot more. So I have again opened this JSbin in which I have JavaScript and console. So another question in JavaScript is what is prototypal inheritance? Okay, it's a bit of old question. So prototypal inheritance, actually the classes which we see in JavaScript, the modern ES6 classes, they're nothing but actually prototypal inheritance. So what is how do you create a prototypal inheritance? See, if I was doing TypeScript today and the TypeScript code compiles back to a old JavaScript code also. So if a class code you compile back to it, so it will get compiled back to a prototype only. So ES6 classes are nothing but they are also called a syntactic sugar over prototype. So what is like a prototype here? So let me have like this. Okay. And there are a lot of things. Let me copy paste it better. Okay. So suppose I have this thing. Okay. So if I run it, I'll get market and so what is this? Let car equal to function model this dot model equal to model, and then what is this prototype? With the prototype car dot prototype, you can create a function out of it, and this is something which you should know, because if I create a function inside it, it will create it again and again the moment I create an object. See, this is exactly similar to creating an object of a class, new keyword, creating an object of a class, and this is how you can get it. And you can have multiple objects like this. I can have another object also. So this is like, so this is like it is there. Okay, so this is known as and we discussed about this prototype in Hernandez earlier in our advanced course, so please go through it. Okay, so that is there. So so now let's come to the next question, which is like what is one. Okay, so the next question is what is the difference, what is the difference between, write it here only. What is the difference between function declaration and function expression? So both are different ways to declare function. One is through means a constant we make it equal to, that is known as function expression, and the other is known as a function, means in the normal way is known as function declaration. So what is the function declaration? Let me write. So function is func d like this, and this is console dot log of function declaration. This is a function declaration, and this is known as function declaration. And function expression, so it's like this. Function e, make it a e, and okay, function expression is not like this. I will change it. Expression, function expression, what happens, I this e will go outside, and function expression they are also from the starting of JavaScript, and based on them only the arrow functions are there. Okay, so that this like this function e equal to function, so this is known as a function expression. So if we call them like this function d and function e, like run it, so there will no difference, so it is already been called, so that is there. So but we can call a function declaration even before initializing it, but it is not true for function expression. So see, this is something which you can do the interview of. So if I do like this, okay, so this function D, see, function declaration run, but this one function E, this gave me error. This gave me error because that is there. And now one of the most important interview questions in JavaScript, which is like, okay, so the one of the most important interview question in JavaScript is JavaScript synchronous and asynchronous, and what is event loop? You can treat them as a different question also, but they are generally the same question. So JavaScript is actually a synchronous single-threaded language. Okay, the asynchronous behavior of JavaScript. Asynchronous behavior means what? Set, timeout, callback, promises, API call is not part of JavaScript itself, but it is on the top of the JavaScript language in the browser. It comes from the browser and it accesses through something known as the browser API. Okay, it is that. So what is this asynchronous kind of JavaScript thing? Like I do async JavaScript also, so please go through that. In JavaScript course I have async JavaScript also. In that I answer this thing, what is like asynchronous, when you do an API call and all those things. So as I can say, this is like a theoretical question, and okay, so not completely, maybe I can give and give a thing like okay, suppose I have a function main, and in this I have a console log a set timeout is there in this in which I have a function console log b, but the set timeout is also with a 0 second. So if I run this main, it should be like a should become here, then after that b, then after that c, but it is not like this. A C B will come, not A B C, even though this is like a 0 second. Okay, so even though this is there, this will come like that. So this is a bit complicated to explain, means how does this browser API and all works. And if you want to know more about it, means outside this means interview question and all, okay, so there is a very good, this happens because of something known as event loop in JavaScript. So there is a very good this event loop video, not from me but from someone else. So this event loop video is there. So please do watch this video. You'll understand much better. Means why does this asynchronous behavior of JavaScript come from? Okay, so okay. So that is it. And one more thing, this can be an interview question also. What is the output of the output of this? Okay, the output of this is A C B and not A B C. Okay, because of the concept of even loop. So what is even loop? Please do get to it. And now what is this is again a very important interview question. When I was teaching that mastering of JavaScript previous week, I told these things. This is a closer is a very important question, interview question in JavaScript. So the thing is that what is a closer and how do we use it? This is a very important question in JavaScript. And here let us write a function for this for this. And suppose I have a var a equal to 10. Closures, the definition is like that. Anyways, I don't go after the definition. Closure are basically an inner function storing the scope information of a variable stored in the outer function. So what does that mean? So that is something you should always tell the interviewer by an example. You'll be more happy without the theoretical knowledge and all, because at the end of the day you're going to do coding. It is not like a college that you don't have to be coding. Okay, so like that. Var e equal to 10 is there. Then I have a function and outer is like this, and then var b equal to 20 and var inner equal to function console.log of a and console.log of b, then return inner. Okay, return inner is there, and then var inner fn equal to outer like this, and inner Yes. All right. So this is how it is there. So if I run this thing, clear it and run it. So okay. Actually, this is also writing. One sec. Let me actually close this thing. Now if I run it, oh, why this is coming? Sometime this J has been okay, 10 and 20 is coming. So 10 and 20 is coming with, but from where this means 20 is coming now. So to explain it, okay, so this below code, the variable b, so this variable b is there. Variable b has a scope from this, from here till here, from here till here only the variable have the scope. So here at this line, it will that at this line, what is happening when you call the outer function, it can access the value of value b, but at this that at this line there is no outer function. So how it accesses the value of b? So value of b, it accesses by the feature of closures. Okay, so when this var inner is created here, the JavaScript engines not only stores the function object information but also the scope information. Okay, so b have a value of 20 at this time, so it stores like that. So it always remember, it is type of a snapshot it takes. So that's why we don't get an error, and that's why it is there. Okay, so that is there. So you can read in detail about it, because we have covered this in previous JavaScript advanced master class also. What is there? Okay, so now again one more very important question is like this. Very important question is like, explain this keyword in JavaScript. Okay, and this keyword is frankly is very difficult to explain in JavaScript. This keyword simply means that if you are inside a scope of a function or object, this refers to whatever the scope function object you are in, it is there. So it will refer to whatever you are in it. Okay, so it refers to the context of, if you're inside a function, it will refer to the function. If you're inside a class, it should refer to the class. So again, let us understand it with a example. Okay, so thing is that we are going to understand is the this first thing which we are going to understand. So answers will give you a brief detail about also this. So first thing is that this inside a global scope. So this is what I'm doing. Okay, so for suppose I have a this dot table equal to window table, like this, then console dot log this dot table, and console dot log of window dot table, and this dot ge equal to table is ge table, and console dot log of this dot ge dot table, and window not garage dot table. Okay, so I'll run it. So it is like this. Okay, window table is coming in this dot table, here also window table is coming, and here all this dot garage dot table also window table is, garage table is coming, window is also coming. So when this is in the global scope, it refers to the window. This is in the global scope, it will refer to the window. The main thing is here, it is that. So now the next thing is that okay, so I think I cannot do it here. I have to do it in different thing. Okay, okay, let us do something else here only. So this dot table and this was there. After that we are going to see this insider. Okay, maybe I will put this up here, this insider. comment this out. I will comment this out, and this inside a method. So if you have a method like let naps room equal to like this, and table is naps table, and after that I have a clean table is like this, and console.log of cleaning dollar this dot table. Okay. I have a whole.log of room dot table, and room dot table. So here we have a private object napstone, and it have a function like this. This clean table is there. This keyword inside this function, it refers to the table inside object napstone. So the table inside the object napstone. So this table, this dot table, it refers to the table inside the object napstone. So this is how this is there. So this behaves in a lot of different way. And now the last thing which we are going to see here is like this inside a function. So here we'll have a const clean table equal to function like this, and console.log of cleaning color this dot table is like this, and here table run it, so it will be cleaning window table. So here the function called clean table, this refers to the window. This refers like here this dot table will refer again to this window table, this window table. Okay, so this is like that. Inside a function, it refers to the window. So that is a different kind of a this keyword. Okay, so that is there, and okay. Let us do some more this keyword. Explain this keyword in a call method. So there is a call method in JavaScript which binds the this to I think we have used we use bind in React also. So this is like that. Okay, so this bind is like that. Okay, let me have this thing. This thing I'll have. Then I'll have this thing also. I'll have this. And I'll have a const clean table equal to function soap and console.log of cleaning dollar this dot table with dollar soap. So that is like that. Okay, so call method is used for calling a function with some object, and in this cases this is for the object. So suppose I will call this clean table. Clean table I'll call with the call method. So call method is there, and with this I'll call this. Okay, this comma DETERGENT, this comma detergent. Okay, so this is how I call it. And that is giving me another. Okay. Okay, cleaning window table with detergent. See, window table, because it is coming this thing. Okay, so call method in this thing, call method this keyword is this dot table. Okay, so that's why this table is taken. So now if I do like inside this dot if I do a this dot garage, so it will behave in a different way, and I'll do a Lysol, and I'll do a like this. Okay, so cleaning garage table, this garage table is coming now, garage table with Lysol. See how differently it behaves. So that is the problem also with this keyword. Okay, now I'll have this napsoon. So it means in the call, whatever I pass in the call, it will call in that context. Okay, so I will do a harpic here. So I'll clear it and run it. So see, cleaning naps table with this. So in this case, this whatever is there, it is taking according to that. Okay, it is taking according to that. So this is how it is there with the call. So now here are some of the interview questions in which the code is given, and you're asked for the output or something. We're going to see some tricky questions also of JavaScript, and those which we are going to see soon. Actually, what is the, so suppose this is there, and as always all of these things will be in the description. What are the different ways to access this inside the inner function for the below code? So if I run it like this, so cleaning undefined with harpic is coming. So what is there? There's a clean table is there, and this inner function is there, and in this underscore soap is there, and cleaning this dot table with underscore soap, and then this inner function I'm calling, and inner function again I'm calling with this call naps room I'm passing, and then harpic is there. So how to different with this inside the inner function. Okay, so it is not happening, so I'm not able to get it. So in this case there are a lot of solutions. Okay, so first solution is like, see this dot table is undefined here. So instead of this, okay, I can have here, so this is getting confused actually, this naps room I'm passing, and then this is also there. Okay, so there is a way to do this thing. Okay, and that is one of the way is like okay, let us see 4 solutions for this. Okay, so the solution number 1 is like I've done this thing a lot. So let that equal to this. Let that equal to this. This you'll find in a lot in the old Java code, that equal to this, and inside this clean table, this that is this, and I'll make this that dot table. I will run it now, and I'll get names table. Okay, so this is number 1 way. Okay, and the other way is that there's inner function. So this that again I will remove it. So this is one way, I'll remove it, and the other way is like this. Let this be this only. In the inner function, I will have the this binding is there with a call. With a call, I'll do a so dot call, and this will bind it here, and now here, and let it run it again. It is coming like this. This is solution number 2. Solution number 3 is like we'll use, instead of this I can use the bind also here. So I'll use the bind here, bind like this, and this bind is used like this. I think like this only. Okay, run it and it will be done. And the most modern solution is like let this be inner soap only, inner function soap only, and that is the inner function, this thing. I'll make it an arrow function. In arrow function has a special meaning of this. This is like it is the most modern way. So that's why we don't used to do that this equal to that and that equal to this. All those things are very old way to do this. That's why I always say to use arrow function. That this is binded very properly in the arrow function. So this I'll do like this, and then again I'll do, and it will be running. So this is the most common way to do this thing. Okay, so that is there. Now let me do one more thing. Let me actually, most people will not understand what I've done. So okay, let it be there. So they will watch the video now. So these are the 4 ways. Okay, now the other thing, JSfiddle. Let's see one more this question. A lot of these examples I'm giving, so you should now go through them and you'll be very good in this keyword, which is one of the most problematic thing in JavaScript. Explain this keyword inside a constructor function or a ES6 class. Okay, construction function and ES6 class are both of them are the same thing. So as I've told earlier, so let us do one example with the constructor function, and then we are going to convert that constructor function into classes. Okay, so you'll get a very good example like okay, I have a constructor function also, I have a classes also. So constructor function, how do we write constructor function? Let create room equal to function name and this dot table equal to dollar name table, like this. And this is how we create a constructor function. First pressing the constructor function, and then I want to create a function inside it, and the function inside it is mostly created by prototype. So create room dot prototype dot clean table equal to function and so, and like this, and console dot log off cleaning dollar this dot table with dollar so, like this. Yeah, and then const max room equal to new create room and room, and like this, and then room dot clean table is like detergent, and then room dot clean table is like so. Okay, so like this it is there. This is how you can write a constructor function, and constructor function is not running. Why it is not running? St const. Okay. Okay. Let me go through it again. Function name is there. Dollar this dot table dollar name table playroom dot prototype prototype dot clean table. Function shop is the console cleaning dollar. This the table with soap. This is right. Const. Okay. So it is giving me some error. Okay, got it. Create room is like this. Create room is like this. Create room is like this. Now it is coming. Okay, so this is like the this keyword which will belong to the whatever, like in this case Nabendu. It will belong to Nabendu. Okay, because I am creating it. It is like a constructor. I am creating it. Okay, so now we are going to convert this thing into a ES6 class. So how to do that? So, and this is known as a constructor function. Okay, and the ES6 class, maybe I should do it in a different JSVin, because the classes will be like same name JSVin. And classes is something which you should know. So I will just copy it and then I'm going to change it. So instead of this, what we have here, so class keyword will be the class create room, and then remove this thing, and so this one, okay, this one will actually go into the constructor. In the class, this goes to a constructor. So I'll have a constructor like this, and constructor will have a name, and then it will have this dot table equal to this, and even this thing. So table are actually classes are much more cleaner. So see what will happen, this clean table, and so the soap will be there like this, and then here and like this you have, so clean table is like this, and training this or table with soap is there, and instrument this is like this. Okay, so everything else is like this, but this is like this class thing is like much more cleaner. Okay, so instead of comparing with this, but internally JavaScript don't have a classes concept. It has this constructor function also, and this constructor function is from the start of JavaScript from 1995. ES6 classes are new. They have come in 2015. So this is like this, it is there. So that is there, and classes thing is done. Now the very important interview question is like what is so what is the difference between call, bind, and apply? Call, bind, and apply. And bind we use in React a lot also. Okay, so all of these things are used to overcome the problem with of this keyword. Overcome the problem of this keyword. Okay, so let us understand once what is this call. Okay, call is there. So let's say let's say, okay, so like this. Suppose I have a obj like this, and which have a value 3, and then a function add num, in which I want to somehow access this num I have to access, and then a plus b plus c. So now how to means call this add num so that I can access this num. It is not that easy, means like this I will call like this, maybe you might see that I will do here. Okay, let us do one thing. Okay, no problem. Because it is returning something, so I can do it with a console.log. Okay, so add nums is there. So as I've told, this is not something like that. I will do like only the obj I will pass, because I have to pass the this also. Obj dot num, then comma, and maybe 1 comma 4 comma 6. I might think, okay, I'll do it like this, and it will give me the something. Okay, Val is there, add number. Okay, so something weird is happening in this. Okay, so add numbers is not even showing me. Okay, I don't know what it is showing me. One sec. Not a number. Okay, console.log this. Okay, I'm doing the console.log this also. So this is showing me like this big thing. Okay, so it is showing me like this keyword is a window object, and I'm getting a not a number back, which is not right. So first we are going to see how to do it through the call. So this is now this will not happen like this. Okay, so call is there, so we can do it the call. So add numbers dot call. So call means this keyword will belong to the obj. So I have to just pass like this keyword. The context of this keyword is the object. So if I do like this, if I clear it and run it, okay, see here, this keyword console.log this is like this is this object, and this is 14 is coming because 3 plus 1 plus 4 plus 6, exactly correct. So this is how the call works. Now let us see how the apply work. Actually all of these three things are same. So in apply, what we need to do, apply works in a different way. You have to pass this as an array in the apply. So what I'm going to do here, let err equal to an array like this, and then have to pass an err here, and this will be appl by apply. And maybe I will comment this out. I will clear it from here, run it, and see now again this keyword is this object and 14 is coming. So this is how we do it with apply. So now the bind is this. Bind is a bit different. Bind, what happened, so in the bind is something which you use in React a lot. So we have to first create a bind func bind function, and here I have to use this add number, and I have to call it like this. Okay, bind function is like add number dot, it is not call, it is like a bind, it is like a bind and obj, and like this is there, and then I'll call this bind function like this. I'll call, okay, like this I'll call, clear it and run it. Okay, so see now this object and this 14 is like coming. So this is how you call it the bind. So these are the all the three things. Okay, so now that is there. So if you just tell this thing, the interviewer might ask the next question as, tell some practical examples. Tell some practical examples of call, bind, and apply. So tell some practical examples. So we can use a call to change an array, like object to an array. Okay, actually they were used a lot. They were used a lot before the map reduce and filter came into picture. Okay, so these arrays were used a lot. Okay, before actually this three function were used a lot before the ES6 came into picture. Okay, so that is there. So suppose we'll see a example of function like let args to array. So array like object to object. Call is used to change array like object to object. Nowadays we use the rest parameter for that. Okay, rest parameter. But earlier, before 2015, we used to use this a lot. So function like this, and there is something known as console.logout. Okay, arguments. This is known as arguments. This is actually keyword in JavaScript. Okay, this is a keyword in JavaScript, and I'll do a asks to array like this, like 3 comma 5 comma 1 comma 2. And if I do this, if I run it, see, I will get this thing. Okay, and it is telling that okay, it's it's not an array, it is something, it is like, it's okay, it is like, it is known as an argument. So it is having like, see, it is also having a 0 1 2 3 index and the other numbers. So this is not an array, but actually it is like an array. So but if you see the proto of it, proto, by the proto you can see what are the functions are there. It doesn't have a lot of things like if you see a proto of an array, it has got like all the map, reduce, filter, and all the very very good functions are there. So I want to convert it into an array, because arrays are very easy to loop through those map, filter, and all those things. So convert this arguments into an array. It's an array like object. There is two other array like objects are there also, which are there in the DOM programming. One of them is known as node list, one of them is known as HTML element. It comes when we do the get elements by ID and something, the other thing it comes. Okay, so I want to change it to a proper array. So how to do that? I'll do this, an empty array I'll do, and then I'll take a slice dot call and this. So empty array, in the empty array I'm slicing it. Okay, I'm slicing it. So what is this slice? JavaScript slice. Okay, slice method return the selected elements in an array as a new array. So this is like I will slice it like a complete array. If I slice it, complete array, if I slice it, means it will return an array only. Empty array also I'll slice it to return an array only. But we have to use it with a call, then only it will convert it. So let me show now. Let me clear it and run it. See, it is becoming a proper array. Now it became a proper array. Actually, this code I have used a lot. Lot means a lot before ESS, before 2015 a lot. This is a very big requirement actually. Nowadays you can directly do it with the REST operator with the ES6. And how to do that, you see a JavaScript beginners to advanced. Okay, see, now it's an array. Now array have a lot of functions like flat map, for each, and all those things it has got. So this is like this, it is there. So that is there. Now okay, so now we'll see another application of your call. So we can apply call in inheritance when we are using this constructor means your constructor functions, which are like ES6 classes. Okay, so let us do that with the constructor functions. So we'll see how with constructor function we can do inheritance. Okay, inheritance we can do with constructor functions. Okay. So here I'm going to do a let mammal equal to function lex equal to lex, and let cat equal to, so cat is a mammal, so function lex dot is domesticated, because there are cats which are in the wild also. So here this cat should have some inheritance. So this inheritance mode is again object oriented properties. So it will have some of the properties from here, means from the mammal. So we cannot do like this, and for this thing we require the call. Okay, so mammal dot call, and then this comma lex is there, and then this dot is domesticated equal to is domesticated. It's like this, and then we'll have a let tiger, but tiger is also a cat, equal to new cat, and 4 comma false, and let home cat equal to new cat, true, console.log off, there you go, console.log off, home cat, clear it, run it, and see how you get both of them. So this mammal.call, this is how you have this like calling this dot like. So this is very much required in the classes. We have some super keyword is there. When we do inheritance, we use the super keyword, but this is like a constructor function. We don't have this super keyword and all. So this is how it is done. So now we'll see. So this we have seen the practical use of calls. Now let us see the practical use of apply. So practical use of apply is to pass an array to a function which accepts argument only. So let us understand that thing. Okay. And actually this example I take in my ES6 also, but in ES6 we do it through a spread operator, and before a spread operator actually we used to do it like this. I still remember those days. Okay, so those are there, and suppose this array is there and I want to find the minimum of this array. Okay, so to find the minimum of this array, there is a function like math.min is there. So okay, math.min, but the problem with math.min is that it doesn't take an array. It maybe I can pass something like 512 and pass something like this, and I will okay, I will clear it, I'll run it, and I'll get the minimum of it. But I don't want to pass it like this. I want to pass this whole array. So how to pass this array? So I'll do math.min, and this I don't want to pass. I want to pass the array somehow, okay, but I cannot pass the array like this. Okay, so for that, what we do is apply. I will do apply, and so when we saw this, I think somewhere we saw this apply. Okay, here only we saw. Okay, so this apply takes an array and it takes the first thing as an object, but we don't have an object or something. So what I'm going to do, mat.min.apply here. I'm not using some this logic, so null I'll do, and maybe here it will be like 7. Okay. So like this 7 is there. So this is how we do it, and if I do it, okay, 2 is coming, 2 is the minimum of it. So this is how, this is a practical use of apply. And one more like this, a practical use of bind is actually in the this okay, let me do a practical use of bind. It is like, yeah, so to run a React code, I cannot run a React code in a JSbin or something. Maybe I can run it in a JSfiddle. I think JSfiddle have that concept to run it. Okay, let me see if I have I've not seen it. Oh, no. Okay. Very old versions of React are there, so it is not useful. Okay, so I'll run with Stack Blitz. It's a very popular thing, like okay, run a React app. Alright, so this is there. Here, what I'm going to do, maybe, so I'll do it here only. So suppose I have okay, I don't want a functional component. I want actually class-based component. It's better to, because nowadays everybody gets this this problem occurs in a functional component. Okay, so I'll have a new, maybe like foo.js, and this foo.js I will call it from here. Foo. Okay. Will it give me like this? Okay, no, it is not giving. So import from this foo. So this foo, I will have this. Okay, so foo React is not defined. Okay. I have to do it. Code. I'm so used to VS Code that I forgot this thing. So okay, so this is coming like this. Okay, so and I can type also in it, and no error will be there. See what happens here if I don't use this handle bind. So this thing I will not use. Okay, so I'll comment it out, and now see if I type something here, I'll get an error. Okay, cannot access property set this is undefined, so this become undefined. And to solve this issue only we use this bind thing to solve this. So this is a very big problem in class based React. Okay, class based React, this is required because this it doesn't understand what is this and what is this React code and all. So please see my React course, and it will be there somewhere and you'll find it. Okay, so that is there. And now one more thing is let us see two more questions here. So we'll see JSpen JavaScript console value, and here how to remove duplicates from an array. Again, a very important question. How to remove duplicates from an array? So suppose I have an array like this, and how to remove the duplicates from this array? So there are a lot of ways to do this. Means you can tell the complicated ways and all also, and I will tell the easiest way. Okay, there is a and because I also used to, because this interview question actually it was asked to me also a lot of times, and you can see in the internet there are a lot of other ways. So there is a data structure known as set. The property of set is there. Set is a data type in ESS, that it stores only unique values. Okay, so it but it returns a set is like an array. It returns a set, but it is not a array. So let us do that. Okay, so first thing is that I'll do a, so this thing is this, I'll do a console log of, and it is always done with a new keyword, new set and arr. I'll do, let's see what is the output of it. Output of is okay, so it is not even showing me here, I don't know why. Okay, so clear it and run. So it is showing some set is there, and see all the duplicates are removed, because the property of set is that it can only store unique value. Set is what? Okay, so what is this set? Set and Java script. Okay, it is set JavaScript. Okay. Okay. Set object stores unique value of any type, whether primitive value or object reference, and it generally people don't use set this much. It was released in ES6, but the thing with this set is that it can store only unique values. So this is something like an array, but it is not an array. There are a lot of things in JavaScript which are like an array, but that is not an array. And how to see it is an array or not? You could do this prototype, and you will see very less things there. In an array, you see a lot of things. Okay, for each is there, but it is okay. The main thing is that I want an array back. I want an array back. I don't want a set or something like that. If I want a set, it is okay. So how to convert this? How to convert this? Let me keep this thing. I have to convert this. What I will do here, come here and do a bracket like this, and then in this I'll do a dot dot dot, and then dot 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 is the okay spread operator. Dot 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 is the spread operator, and then I will run it. So this is how you change it also. Okay, so I'll run it. The second one is an array. Second one is a perfect array is coming, so and it is also showing like this. So this is how we do it. This is how we do it. An array, if you go here in the prototype, you see a lot of things are there. A lot of things are there. Okay, so this is there. So now the next thing, the last question of today is okay. What is the difference between for in loop and for off loop? Okay. For in loop and for off loop, what is the difference here? The for in loop is to iterate over objects. Okay, in JavaScript, actually, arrays are also objects. How they're objects, I will tell. Okay, so suppose I have an object like this. Okay, so I have an object like this, and I can use a for in loop to iterate over it, like for const p in obj and console.log of. Suppose I do only the key. Suppose I only do the key, and then I will get this A, B, C, D. Okay, but I want to get the values of it, because that is how we iterate over it. Means that is the main thing in object, which is recover, which is the value. So how to get the value? So the value, if I want to get, so I will do a obj and then I'll do this key. So because the key was giving me the key, and obj.key, we know there is a notation in the object which is known as a bracket notation, through which you can get it like this. Okay, so I will get all the value like this. Okay, and now we will see in the array how to, and even strings also we can get. Okay, so in array, suppose I have a array like this. I have an array like this, and I can I want to get the value of it. Okay, so for this I will do a for const I. I'll do I in a array. I in array I'll do I in array I'll do, and then console dot log of. If I do this I again, okay, let me do one thing. Let me comment this out now. So I will again get this 0, 1, 2, 3. Why I'm getting this thing? Because array also are object. In this is a zero index. It is something like this. Okay, zero index is there, then 1, 2, 3. It is like that. Okay. So if I do like this, it will not come. I will do an array, and then like this, it is there. I'll do, and it will clear it and run it, and I will get it. So okay. One sec. Sometime this JSpin doesn't work. Okay. So I'll get this ABCD. So similar to this, if I have a like a string, if I have a string like this string, then I have to do this string also. I have to do like this. Let me copy this thing. String I in string because or else it will give me 1, 2, 3. So this is like this. It is giving me all these things. Okay. So this is like this is coming. Okay. Let it run it. Okay, web developer is coming. So this is how we iterate over it. So this is the for in loop. So a bit difficult to iterate over everything. So there is a for off loop is also there. Although we use the for each the most. Okay, for off loop is also there. So for off loop is very easy, and we iterate. It was introduced in ES6, and we can iterate over something like arrays are also objects which have a symbol dot iterator property. Symbol dot iterator property, like we can iterate over arrays, we can iterate over string, we can iterate over node list, but we cannot iterate over objects. They are not iterable. Like suppose I have a suppose the same thing I have like this const array like this. I have const array I'll have, and I will have a console dot log of array infected. Do a console, clear it, run it. So you see this array is there. Then I'll come here in the prototype. I'll come and you go down. There is something known as symbol.iterator is there. So symbol.iterator means we can iterate over it. Okay, which is iterate over it. Okay. Okay, setter and getter. Setter and getters are like in classes we have some setters and getters. So they're generally used to access the private variable setter and getters. So that maybe I will teach later on. That you will find it. Setter and getters are used for in classes. The concept of setter and getters are there. Okay, so that is there. Okay. So, but one more thing I want to say, I want to tell here is like this. This object is there, and this object. So dot log of obj. Hello. So I just want to show this object. You go to this object and go to this prototype. You come here. You say there is no iterator. Symbol.iterator is not there. Means you cannot iterate over it. Iterate over it through the for of loop. So and for each loop is like for of loop is like very easy. Here I can do a for, and we don't have to use all those things for const item of array. I'll do item of array. I'll do, and then console.log of item directly I can do the console.log of item. Okay, console.log of item I'll do and see. Okay. And anyways I cannot do it here, so maybe I will remove it. Maybe I'll remove it. Okay, I'll remove it. I cannot do this like this. Okay, so I'll run it and see I can iterate over it like this. Okay, console.log. Okay, I'll remove this also, and I can iterate over it. Like this I can iterate over it. Now the string example is also like this string. Maybe I'll see the same string like this web developer, and then see in this foreign loop it was a very difficult to do. In foreign loop here it is very easy. CCHER char I will do, and char of strings, and directly I can do this char. So here it was so much difficult to do this in here. Okay, and then I'll do this and I will run it and see. Okay, I have to comment this out. Let it run it and see this web developer is coming. So it can be also be used to iterate over something like query selector all. So query selector all we get where I will see this query selector on. Okay, so there is something known as a node list also. You can find it. I have told that in my DOM class so that you can check it out. So this is there, and so as I told, this will be the last question. Still a lot of JavaScript questions are remaining. So yeah, you can remove duplicates with a lot of ways. Okay, so there, but that's a very important interview question also. Practical example of Redux. Okay, so okay, I didn't saw this thing. Practical example of Redux. I have a lot of Redux questions. Redux things that so interview. It's better to go through my Redux 5-day course. Okay, so that is there, and please go through that. Redux 5-day courses are there and all. Okay, Redux I have a lot of things on my channel. You can go through them. So as I've told, maybe I will. Okay, so I have some other streaming also at 10. So I will end it here. And